Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. We begin in Nunavik, where police charged a man with murder after a woman was found with stab wounds. Quebec's provincial police service says a 45-year-old man turned himself into police on Monday morning. When officers arrived at a home, they found a 41-year-old woman who had been stabbed. She was taken to the local community health clinic where she was pronounced dead. Police arrested and questioned the man. He remains in custody. The Native Women's Association of Canada wants to end the practice of using non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, to cover up misconduct. One of the group's members, the Nunavut Inuit Women's Association, proposed a resolution to end the practice at an annual General Assembly last week. It was adopted on Saturday. Amautit says several women have approached them to talk about experiences with NDAs.
What we discovered in the last 10 months was that some organizations were using NDAs as a mechanism for hush money. So somebody might get a certain remuneration when they've come forward with any kind of sexual misconduct or any other kind of inner abuse from the organization they're working for.
The resolution means members of the Native Women's Association of Canada should avoid NDAs themselves. But it says NDAs don't have to be eliminated entirely. Rather, they should be used to protect the privacy and security of the victim rather than the perpetrator.
It also gives greater protection to Indigenous women to speak collectively, but also to speak individually when they bring their issues, whether it's to justice, whether it's to human rights complaints, whether it's a wrongful dismissal, discrimination in the health field.
Amautit is now looking to meet with Nunavut officials to discuss legislative changes in the territory. Yellowknife's Catholic School Board is feeling the loss of Jordan's principal funding this school year. It welcomed students back to the classroom yesterday. The board's Jordan's principal funding agreement expired at the end of the last school year. And despite pleas to the Northwest Territories government, Yellowknife Catholic Schools is starting this year with millions of dollars less and dozens of lost positions.
The people that we don't want this to affect, of course, is our students. We want them to come back happy and healthy and enjoy the classroom. But in reality, it will look a little different. So some of those classrooms that had classrooms assistants, they might have had 2 or 3 support staff in their classes. Those will not be there this year.
And what impact will that have on students in those classrooms?
I think the impact is definitely going to be on the teachers, of course, of that class, because that support's not going to be there as it was previous. But we, again, with that inclusive schooling funding that we've received from EC&E, we're really trying to think outside the box. And we've got some support staff that are going to be going into those classrooms more frequently than, say, before, especially those that relied on those CAs. So they'll see some support staff coming in and helping. And so we're hoping that, those students in those grades aren't going to really see a major significance.
The cuts have resulted in the loss of 37 positions. CBC North has reached out to the NWT Minister of Education for comment. A fatal helicopter crash near Fort Chipewyan, Alberta in February of 2024 was likely caused by an unexpected loss of visual references. The helicopter, operated by Hanley Heliservice, was doing aerial survey work near Lake Athabasca. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada says an abrupt change of weather created low visibility. The helicopter hit the frozen surface of Lake Athabasca. The pilot was the only person on board and did not survive. Investigators say there's no requirement for training or technology to help pilots recover once they lose visual references. The TSB has made recommendations to Transport Canada. Hanley Heliservice has since upgraded its equipment and pilot training. There's a tuberculosis outbreak in Betchakon, Northwest Territories. Health authorities say they've identified 2 active cases in the community linked to each other. The Clichon Community Services Agency says there's no evidence of an increased exposure to the public. Schools and other public places will remain open. Public Health is investigating the cases and contacting people who might be exposed to the infectious disease.
when we identify active cases of TB, we bring them to hospital, treat them till they're no longer infectious, and then complete a full 6-month treatment. And so the 2 active cases we have now are being treated and they're being isolated. At this time, we are looking at the contacts, trying to find out if they've been infected or if there are any other active cases of TB.
Residents with symptoms are asked to call the health center and speak with a nurse. Many of Nunavut's fires remain unsolved. One investigator says it can be difficult to determine a cause, but former fire officials say internal department turmoil could be hampering investigations. Artie Sarkisian reports.
Most fires in Nunavut are left without an official cause. In 2024, there were 127 fires across Nunavut. 96 of them were classified as undetermined.
I almost guarantee those investigators have an inkling of what they think probably happened, but they didn't have enough evidence to put pen to paper.
Brad Sampson is the owner of a private fire investigations company that does work in Nunavut. He says determining exact causes of fires is a challenge in the territory.
Seems a lot of these are just burned to nothing, so you're looking at metal and char left.
That, along with cold climate, makes it difficult to find evidence. But according to former Fire Marshal Tony Noakes, those are not the only issues. In a message to CBC, he says the Nunavut government fails its citizens in fire safety and investigations. In 2010, Noakes voiced concerns that Nunavut's men's jail wasn't following the fire code. He was fired shortly after and initiated a lawsuit, which he later settled out of court. Since then, the Nunavut Fire Marshal's office has been plagued by resignations and lawsuits. In the past decade, Nunavut has gone through at least 5 fire marshals. Steve McGeen only held the position for 8 months in 2025. Now, like Noakes, McGeen says he's suing the government over his removal from the role. Both McGeen and the Nunavut government declined to comment further on the lawsuit. A spokesperson for the current fire marshal declined CBC News' interview request. Artie Sarkisian, CBC News, Iqaluit.
The Whitehorse Chamber of Commerce says trade uncertainty with the U.S. is hurting Yukon businesses. The chair of the Whitehorse Chamber of Commerce says the ongoing trade dispute makes it difficult for businesses to plan, and the sector needs certainty. Despite the trade war, he says Yukon businesses are learning to pivot.
Some Yukon companies, they need to kind of get more up to date to how to know more about markets and start thinking on uncertainty, right? Because we are so used to, okay, this is how it is, and we just keep going because the relationship with USA has been so stable for so many decades, but that's not the reality anymore.
Castillo says he's encouraged by Yukon efforts to diversify trade, and he's noticing a shift towards Asian markets. And across the country, there's been a renewed call to buy local as some Canadians move to boycott American products. Georgie Smythe shows us the push to buy Canadian and why the decision can come at a cost.
Fresh, vibrant Canadian produce, an easy sell at this market.
Peaches, nectarines, plums, everything local, no states.
Shoppers here have discerning, patriotic tastes.
Where is this from? Is it local or is it the U.S.? Anytime when they hear U.S., they say, oh, I'm not going to buy it.
But beyond the grocery aisle, other Canadian products and their makers are more exposed to the realities of the trade war.
There's a powder.
This small makeup brand is among businesses struggling to keep up with U.S. tariffs.
I just stopped shipping to the U.S.
And it affects what businesses can buy too. She says the last few months have highlighted the limits of domestic suppliers.
Within Canada, there aren't many manufacturers that offer products.
And despite the desire to buy Canadian, for many, price still drives purchases.
If I have an opportunity to buy a Canadian product or an American at the same price, I'm obviously going to support a Canadian business.
I obviously want to lean for BC berries, but sometimes the price tag is it's pretty high.
Many Canadians are already struggling with the cost of living.
Some people that have the means can keep it up, or if you're just looking at optional purchases, you can forego those for a while.
Paul Long is no stranger to reinvention. His BC-based brand Anian transforms recycled textiles into clothing. It's losing some access to US customers, but he hopes Canadians gain something else in the turmoil.
We as a country really start to understand how important it is to be able to manufacture our own goods, both agriculturally, textile, food, technology, and any of those sorts of things.
Analysts say navigating these off-again, on-again tariffs will also do damage to Canadian businesses that once relied on the certainty of cross-border trade. Georgie Smythe, CBC News, Vancouver.
U.S. President Donald Trump has described Canadians as nasty, but American travelers don't seem to agree. They're still flocking to Atlantic Canada on cruise ships, and as Sabrina Fabian reports, they've been surprised by the reception they've received.
The cruise ship, the Norwegian Jewel, slowly makes its way out of the Halifax harbor with hundreds of American tourists on board. With local souvenirs tucked in their luggage and warm lobster in their bellies, they're among the millions of Americans who travel to Canada every year, regardless of their political stripes.
We love Canada. I mean, it's an important relationship, and I think it's in everyone's best interest to keep it as an important allyship.
But stepping onto Canadian soil while the U.S. president takes jabs at Canada can be uncomfortable.
I kind of feel embarrassed. And I feel like they have every right to look at us distastefully, but I just wish that everyone would know that just because we live in the country we live in does not mean we approve of the president that we have.
In Charlottetown, the sentiment is similar. American tourists still love coming to Canada.
Canadians are so wonderful, and the whole town, we've been here before, and we've just enjoyed it so much.
That's our government. The people, I think, are still friends.
And in Corner Brook, tourists are feeling a warm Newfoundland welcome.
Everyone has been so nice. I was kind of expecting a little bit of standoffishness, but y'all have been very gracious, and we are very thankful. We're sorry for everything that's going on. We really are. We love Canada.
Americans contributed more than $17 billion to the Canadian economy in 2025. Much of that tourism is thanks to the cruise ship industry, which has stops in cities across the Atlantic provinces, from April until the last leaves fall in November.
They're really crucial to ensuring that we're able to provide employment for as many people as possible for as long as possible.
But the trade war isn't slowing down cruise traffic.
We haven't really heard anything other than the doors are still open.
In fact, the busy season is just about to kick off, and Canadian hospitality will be on full display.
I have found that people are very welcoming, despite the behaviors and decision that our current administration has made.
Sabrina Fabian, CBC News, Halifax.
NASA scientists have been flying over Canada's north and Alaska for almost a decade, tracking how the boreal forest is changing as the climate warms. They use special radar to map the landscape, and they share all their data online. The project is called the Arctic Boreal Vulnerability Experiment, or ABOVE, and it's flying over the NWT this week. We stopped by to get a tour of the plane.
Carrie, thank you so much for welcoming us on this aircraft today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome. It's nice to show her off every once in a while.
Tell me, kind of describe where we are. What kind of aircraft is this and what does it actually do?
So this is a Gulfstream G3. It started its life as a C-20. It was a United States Air Force VIP transport aircraft. And when it retired, NASA took it and was able to, I would say, mold it into what it needed to do to be an airborne science platform. And NASA does a lot of scientific research in addition to its flight research for aeronautics. And this one particularly carries a radar on the bottom via a hard mount that carries an L-band, an S-band, and a Ka-band radar. And the scientists and engineers can explain what that does, but it allows them to study certain parts across the, not just the United States, but across the globe to give to researchers to determine ways to help with ecology, atmospherics, different types of things.
And tell me about your role in all of this. Obviously, you said you're a pilot.
Which is fun. So I like to look at it. I usually am a little self-deprecating about that I'm the bus driver. But what really it comes down to is the scientists have what they need to study. They communicate that to us and our mission planners, and we turn it into something that's flyable. And then we go out and help them collect their data. We have a precision platform autopilot on this aircraft. And if some of the other systems, you can check those out after when we're walking up. I can point them out to you. And they're connected to the aircraft autopilot. But the autopilot itself isn't precise enough to get the lines. They want them to be repeatable. So we fly this science line from, point A to point B in 1997. They want to be able to fly that same exact line again some other year and be able to compare the data. And it's only going to be good if it's the exact same spot. So we load the flight plan, which just involves some, it's like typing on a keyboard, load the flight plan. And when we're flying it, we'll get it close. So we have a tablet that's up front that's giving us guidance to where they need us to be to start collecting for the radar. And we have this little button that we can interrupt the autopilot. It's called touch control steering. And we get the guidance from the radar that's telling us where it wants to be, and we're precisely flying it into this 10-meter tube. We call it just like this 10-meter tube through airspace. Wow. And we get it into that space, and then we let go of the autopilot and we turn it over to the platform autopilot, the precision platform, or precision platform autopilot, and it flies. So it's pretty cool. So we get it close, and it gets it right on.
It's like tracing a literal exact path. Like it's a line and you're having to trace that line.
And if we don't get it close enough, it's not really sure where it needs to be, and it can't get there in time for the radar to collect what it needs to do. So our part's like the first minute or so of getting in there. So that's our stressful part of making sure we can fly it directly onto that line and then turning it over to the platform.
And how long, this is a long-term project, overall the scientific project. So how long have you been involved and how many places have you been?
For this aircraft, I've only been with NASA for 5 years. I got hired in 2021 in April, and I didn't fly for my first 2 years. I was working a lot of ground stuff and then been flying the last 3 years for them, and primarily in airborne science. I do some flight tests, but I mostly do airborne science and research.
And so that's been where? Have you been across the territories, Alaska?
Been across the territories, Alaska. I've gone out through West Africa, across Europe, South Africa, which has been pretty cool. South America, most recently. We spent 3 weeks in Peru, a little bit of time in Panama City, Panama. So we've been able to go to a lot of places.
And that's all for these scientific missions?
Yes, all of it. So one of my more favorite ones is we have a DC-8 aircraft. I know it's not this one, but it used to do atmospheric research. So it would collect in situ. So we'd have instruments that are sticking out of all the windows, and you had all these scientists connected to their systems inside the aircraft because it's a much larger aircraft. And we were flying 1,000 feet above the ground in urban areas like Chicago, New York City. We spent some time out in Seoul in Korea, and it's just, there's a lot of flying in science that I wasn't aware of when I was younger.
I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't really thinking about flying in science at all as a career path. Granted, I'm not a pilot, but that is something that happens a lot here in the North. And with that, if there were Northern kids who are kind of looking at the job that you do, what would you tell them?
I would tell them if it's something that interests you, thank you for the internet. You can look up some places that might be near you that you can learn more about it. You can reach out to people that might help you learn more about it. And if there's something near you, take a discovery flight. See if you like it. Because I tell a lot of people that if you can think of the job that you would want to do, it exists somewhere. Like if you want to be a flying scientist, that exists somewhere. If you want to be a photographer that takes pictures in fast fighter jets, that exists somewhere. So if you can think of the job, learn about it, you'll find it.
I love that. Carrie, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for chatting with me. It's nice to meet you all.
Now, those flights are almost done, but the project will continue thanks to a satellite. NASA scientist Charles Miller explains the project's next phase.
We started flying in 2017 before there was even a satellite being conceived. The satellite instrument was built. It was launched actually last year in 2025. We had hoped to come up here then to make our last set of measurements for the 10-year program, but the satellite instrument wasn't quite ready in space, so we deferred to this year.
So the eventual goal is that the satellite will gather the data and we can keep moving that data set forward without having to do the flights.
That is correct, and the satellite can look everywhere across the Arctic. at very high spatial resolution, and it doesn't have to wait for people to come back around. So every 12 days, you get a completely new map. So we can see things that are changing subtly over time, over like a 2-week period, or we can see the really dramatic things that happen, like when you get a flood and massive erosion, or when a lake disappears because the permafrost underneath it has thawed out and all the water goes away, or you get another lake where it gets filled in with sediment from erosion upstream. So let me talk about something that I'm working on here with researchers from GNWT, which are the massive retrogressive thaw slumps that are happening up near Fort McPherson and Aklavik on the Peel Plateau near the Mackenzie Delta. There, as the permafrost is thawing, massive amounts of the land surface are just eroding away really rapidly. So you can get tens of meters of thaw down and almost 100 meters in some places back each year, season to season. And they've been making measurements up there in that part of the world on foot, and also now with drones, where they can make super accurate measurements. We've been comparing that with the data that we see over time and the changes we can track over time from the air. So we're not only measuring and remeasuring thaw slumps that they've measured, but new ones that they haven't even found yet. And the satellite will help us do that, make measurements of those even more, and extend that to like Banks Island and Victoria Island up into the high Arctic.
This year, youth from Sambake First Nation got to fly on this scientific mission. In the past, members of the Clichon government and Yellowknives Dene First Nation also took part. A Yellowknife resident with fetal alcohol syndrome disorder, or FASD, is looking to give back through art. He's helping others pursue more opportunities by reducing financial barriers. Jocelyn Chappelle shows us how.
After Yellowknife artist Wilfred Joey Klein attended his first conference centered around fetal alcohol syndrome disorder, he was taken aback by the community he found. In 2025, the Canada Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Research Network, or CAN-FASD, held a conference in Toronto. He almost couldn't attend due to financial restraints, so he turned to fundraising with his art.
I was blown away about, I wanted to stand up and applaud everybody for attending this conference, because after finding out that there was more than 600 attendees, and there was a list of how many professionals and social workers and speakers in this, and it was just, I was mind blown, and it inspired me to want to continue this. And
now he is using art to fundraise for others, to participate in gatherings and conversations. He painted the reflection of acceptance after attending the conference, with the experience being directly represented in the painting. It has been printed by the Canada Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Research Network and signed by Klein for fundraising. The work shows Klein's original style of painting the Northern Lights. It incorporates all the people he met at the conference and his journey to get there.
And then, so when you look at the center of the painting, it's rocks, and the rocks are to represent jumping from one stone to another, or like leaping from one stone to another, with whether it's going from frustration to accomplishment, or accomplishment to frustration, vice versa. Representing how many jumps we have to make things like this happen.
A director at the CAN-FASD Research Network says the conferences are a chance for people from all different sectors to connect and share knowledge, and that people with lived experience need to be there too.
In research activities, and we really do need their voice when we set up research projects, how we advance them, and then what we do with that research afterwards.
McFarland says the CAN-FASD's Lived Experience Leadership Fund began in 2024, and since has been able to support 6 individuals, and hopes to increase that number in the coming years. Jocelyn Chappelle, CBC News, Yellowknife.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.